Good afternoon, everyone, and I hope you're having a good week as well as we continue our devotions on God's expectation for us as parents when He blesses us with His children. Now, I had the privilege and the joy of God giving Kathy and I 3 sons, Tyler, Jacob, and Jordan. Now, they are no longer children, they are now grown men. They are going to be 24, 26, and 28 this year. And we've had the privilege and the joy of watching them grow up. But what was God expecting of Kathy and myself? What does God expect of all of you as parents as you receive this gift from Him, this precious life that He has created within a husband and wife, but then that life becomes a living reality, and God does have expectations, be assured. Solomon probably writes it best in a verse that many of us have heard from Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn from it. All right? What does God want us to do? He wants us to train that child. So how do we train? Well, children watch from learning, from observing. What they see is what they will become. We can go through all sorts of statistics and surveys and psychiatrists and psychologists, and they'll tell us that what they hear, what they watch, what they see each day in their life, it's like you and I putting an imprint on our children. So we as parents have to be very careful what that imprint is going to be. Now, do we as parents have it perfect? No, we don't, because we are sinners. But God is the one who is there helping us. God doesn't just give us children and then say, okay, I hope you do a good job with them. No, remember, those children are His too. And He wants those children to grow up as godly children, knowing His ways, having that faith that they receive at baptism as they have been marked by Him, but then to take that faith and to put it into practice. They need to watch you as moms and dads, as husbands and wives, putting your faith into practice. In other words, men, you need to be a godly man so that you can be a godly husband. Mothers, women, you need to be that godly woman so that you can, yes, be that godly role for your husband so that he can fulfill his role. But also husbands likewise have to do those same things so that each of you can come to the potential that God wants you to have. But remember, it's His potential, not what the two of you desire in life. Now, it's like the trickle-down effect. It's your children then that see how you are living out a life that pleases God, that then they can follow and that they can learn from. That's how they're going to be trained. And how important, as a pastor, I find myself praying for so many couples that leave my office, and of course I pray with them when they're here, but families who are struggling, husbands and wives who because of the weight of the world, the responsibilities, they get caught up in the here and the now, and sadly, they forget the greater purpose in life. They forget about those children that need to be trained. They forget about what they are to become to fulfill God's role. Well, that's why we need to include the Lord in our life. Now, it's a huge, huge and awesome responsibility. But again, we've got the Lord that promises to walk side by side with us so that our children can reach their potential, so that they can find out what their true purpose is in life. Their God-given purpose. All of us have one. That's why we get up each day to find out what it is God wants me to do today. What does He want me to do with my life overall? How can He use me to impact His world? That this world needs God's influence. You and I know that. Well, God doesn't want His children to turn from Him. And there again, if parents are always looking to the Lord, if your children see you praying, if you are leading prayers at home, Are you sitting down? Are you reading the Bible together? Are you talking about Bible stories, Bible families? There's a lot of Bible stories, or Bible families, that are there for us to watch and to observe. Mr. Harder shared some with you last week. But take these examples that God gives to us in His Word and share them with your children so that they can see how God was working in their lives. He's still working the same way today. God doesn't change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever, He tells us. So that's why you and I can have the confidence and the comfort of knowing we can turn to the God who's given us His promises, who's shown us how to do it, and even gives us the means to carry it out today. Now, I have the privilege and the pure joy to go down to our day school, to teach 8th grade, spend time with our pre-K4 students, sit down and have lunch with the kids from time to time, but to mingle with them, to interact with them, and how they enjoy that. They enjoy that time together. Parents, I can't emphasize enough the time that you spend with them. Make it quality time. Make it a time that those children will remember, that those will be lasting memories. Our boys still laugh and talk about some of the times that we had back on the farm, how we'd go out and gather maple syrup with the horses or with the sleigh, how they'd go down to the creek, how they'd make stick forts out in the woods, and they had a wonderful time. And those are memories that they have and they cherish. Parents, moms and dads, give your children some lasting memories. Memories of things that you did here in this life as they grew up, but things that centered around Jesus, because those are the things that will last forever. Those are the eternal things that the Lord reminds us about. Do not put your focus on the things of this world, for they will all pass away, but the things of God will last forever. I encourage you, and I keep all you parents in my prayers and my thoughts. Go out today. Put your imprint, make your impression on your children, the one God has made in you. Thank you, and God's blessings to you.